What's happening, tubes? Not much my way. As you can see, got the head skint back, shaved, cleaned up a little bit. I hate hair during the summertime. This is the only hair I like, you know what I'm saying? But took my truck into work today, and I had one of the main guy who usually does all my stuff anyhow. I had him take a peek at the air conditioning system, being that I had just gotten it serviced. Well, actually twice now. And with them putting a dye in it or whatever, which is in that last video that I excuse me, which is in that last video that I put up about the air conditioning system on these trucks. When you put dye in it, it's easier for you to find where it's leaking from. Well, the problem is that it wasn't enough dye in it the first time to tell, and I just haven't bothered with it since. However, today was a different story. I had him look at it, and he went all around and took the ultraviolet light with the glasses and looked under everything as far as the compressor and the condenser and the lines and whatnot. And well, let me show you what all was covered. Okay. The mosquitoes are bad out here today. I think I've been bit twice. They're not playing. Which I guess they're just trying to suck in all the blood they can between now and the end of summer, I suppose, beginning of fall, autumn, whatever the hell you want to call it. Anyway. Okay. Well, down in there, as pointed out before, you have a transmission cooler, your condenser, and behind it will be the radiator. And you've got all kinds of little fins and stuff that if you see some green oozing coming out or whatever, then hey, you've got a problem there. And obviously you got air conditioning lines running from it on down and around and on up, and that right there is going to the dryer. Well, this one right here is coming all around, and he looked all under the compressor, and he picked his hose up and looked at it, and we have ever so little bit coming off the compressor itself. And he also checked that line going all the way around back to the dryer. Well, the thing about it is that when he got here, he looked all around and he pulled this back. He looked all in it to see, and you look real carefully right there. See how it's a little wet? Let's see if I can. Right there. Well, if you had an ultraviolet light out there, it would be like a neon green. So, come to find out that that's the guy that's gone bad. Let me find a rag real quick. But anyways, I need to change that. This It's actually called a cycling switch, or oh wow, look at that. Just gonna zoom, or focus, should I say? He looks angry. I don't know what kind of spider that was, but he looked pissed off. Like it had like lobster hands or claws or whatever. There's all kinds of little creatures out here. Seen there was another dead frog. This one didn't get squished though. I don't know what the hell happened to him. His whole belly had ballooned out, like, you know, just ballooned. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'll get to this in a minute. I'm just giving a little bit of suspense. Yeah. But anyway, this sensor would have been like $20-something, and it ended up costing me like $14. But before I get to putting a new one in, the deal with this one is that you've got to unclip that clip there, and the size for it to fit wrench wise is a 16 mil. So unclip that guy, let him hang, get a 16 mil out. Pull towards you, don't push, because pushing would be tightening. Now you probably can twist it out by hand. Now the guy who did this for me, who checked on it, told me that there should be a little O-ring somewhere, and that's not focusing worth a damn. I'm guessing because it's got a reflection or whatever. Well, there's a little O-ring right there. Okay, and the new one did come with an O-ring. Oh yeah, nice and oily. Let me find a rag and, well, shit, I actually had one in my back pocket. Get a rag back here and try to clean it up a little bit. Okay. Now, the fun part is going to be getting this damn O-ring out. I've got a set of little hand hooks, or picks, whichever you want to call them, specifically for stuff like this. If I could just get this guy up. Make sure you guys are in the shot. Yeah. I don't even know where that damn ring just went. Set that down right there. Give this another thorough wiping. I think that little O-ring is supposed to seat. They're in that little spot. But anyway, this, from the best that he could tell, this was like the main leaking area. Didn't find anywhere else. However, we didn't charge the system again to see if the evaporator, when it drips, was it leaking there. So we're gonna hope and pray that this is it. Okay. Now, I do keep a small bit of Vaseline out here just for these purposes as far as O-ring is concerned. Let's see if I can put you guys somewhere where you can watch me do this. Don't know where is going to be a good spot. However, that's not going to work. That's really not going to work. Okay, let me think for a second. Where's a good spot? So this is one of them times that I wish I had that damn tripod that I was talking about getting. Trying to think if I can MacGyver something real quick. Let me think. So that would be a good elevated spot. However, it's leaning. It's all leaning the wrong way. Damn, I really want you guys to watch this. Just don't know where. Maybe something a little bit shorter. You know what? Let me see if I can find the thing to put this on the windshield, and maybe I can sit it somewhere under here. Now, if that will just stay right there long enough for me to do this, we'll be golden. That took a real act of engineering to be able to get that, so hope you guys appreciate the hard work. Now, okay. So just a tiny bit of Vaseline. Just need just enough to coat it to go over. And of course, it's not going to be fun. Really trying not to drop it either. Come on, you rascal. Problem is with these, being that this O-ring is new, it's not as pliable. Well, I mean, it's pliable, but it's just not stretching. Come on, you turd. Okay. Let me get something to step up on. Maybe that camera will stay there and not fall. You know, I just noticed that it's even in the fucking recording or not. Okay, so it is just the flash is going off. That was helping to light the situation. Probably should have moved this intake tube out of the way to do this, but I kind of didn't think it would be really all in the way. If I could just get it. There we go. Have a seat in there real good now. Now, this new sensor is missing something that the old one has. And I don't know if you guys can see it or not. There's a green O-ring in there. So I'm going to take it out of the old one and use it in the new one. Because like I just said, I don't know if it needed it or not. My fingers are so slippery now from all that damn Vaseline you used to put that other O-ring on. But I'm just taking the pick that I used and pushing that other O-ring into this. This is a new one. I don't know if you guys can see it or not in there. But just take your time, be patient. Okay. Now, very carefully, don't cross thread this. You know what? That O-ring is popping out, and I don't know if it's supposed to or not. I'm going to assume that it's okay. Maybe it's not supposed to sit there. Maybe that's where the other one was sitting. Who knows? Okay. Now I'm sweating like a stuck pig. Okay. Take our handy dandy wrench. Go back in here. Ever so carefully tighten it up. And don't be alarmed if you hear a little hissing noise. That is perfectly fine. That means that you've got some air or some steel refrigerant in the system. And there's a valve core inside this dryer. Now, you don't want to get it too tight, you just want it to be snug. Put this back over that guy and find the magic wire. Came out of there. And so we can get, you know, I didn't pay attention to. So this thing right here can apparently is only supposed to go on one way. Like so. Didn't quite come off that direction, but it's okay, no big deal. But anyway, we'll get back to this in a little bit. Oh well, we got it all put back in as seen. I caught myself trying to degrease the engine to try to clean up some of the gunk that was under here because I haven't washed it in forever. The engine, that is. Well, turns out it ended up oxidizing every damn thing. I mean, it'll come off. It's just a white powder. I guess I didn't wash it off good enough. I don't know. But anyway, at least now with it being somewhat clean, if anything is leaking from here on out, it'll show up a little bit easier. I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to try to just fill the system up with Freon before trying to put a can of sealant in the air conditioning system. Or not. It's getting kind of late around here for me to go anywhere and get anything. I mean, yes, stuff stays up until 9 o'clock, but I still got other shit I got to do first. But I think that's pretty much it as far as that goes. Yep. Let's wrap this up. Good thing I am wrapping it up too, because my battery's about damn near dead. I don't really have nothing else to say or whatever as far as this goes. I'll make sure that I leave the part number. It's a Napa part number. I'll leave it in the description. And if you happen to need it and don't know what to get, as far as this one goes, this is a 98 model. I'm sure the Sierra's damn near identical, minus the badging and stuff. Same engine, same air conditioning system. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna take it to work tomorrow. And tomorrow afternoon, hopefully I can get one of the boys to just hook the machine up to it real quick and zap it. Pay a few dollars for a couple of pounds of refrigerant and see what happens. Can't be leaking in so many more places. We know it's not a condenser. We know it's none of the lines. The service port on the high end was leaking real bad, and now the switch over here. So far, those seem to be the two worst of the worst. Anyway, I guess that's gonna be it for tonight, fellas. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Later.